After learning the concepts of DFA, NFA and epsilon NFA, now we will learn how to convert an NFA into DFA. So this is our first question. The first step to convert an NFA into DFA is write down the transition table T of given NFA. So first we will write the transition table T of this NFA. Here we have states and the input alphabets. So we have three states, Q0, Q1 and Q2, and Q0 is our initial state, Q2 is our final state. From Q0, by taking input 0 you can reach to Q0 itself, and by taking 1 you can reach to either Q0 or Q1. From Q1, by taking 1 or 0 you are reaching to the Q2 only, and there is no transition is defined for Q2, so a null will be here. Next, let T dash be a new transition table of the DFA. So this is our T dash, which is of the table corresponding to the DFA. So it will be Q, 0 and 1. Next step is keep the first row of T as it is in T dash. So first row is this, Q0, Q0, Q0 and Q1. Next step is now select one state from T dash that is not present till now and define transition for it using T. So here Q0 is defined here, and Q0, Q1 is our new state which is not present here. Now we have to define the transition of 0 and 1 by using the table T. So from Q0, by taking 0 you are reaching to the Q0, and from Q1 you are reaching to the Q2. So it will be Q0 and Q2. Similarly, by taking 1 you are reaching to the Q0, Q1 and Q2. So it will be Q0, Q1 and Q2. Now we have to treat these multiple states as a single state. Okay, so Q0, Q1 is defined here. Now Q0, Q2, it is not defined, it is a new state. So from Q0, by taking 0 you are reaching to the Q0, and null transition is defined for Q2. So you will write here Q0 only. Similarly, for input 1, the transition of Q0 is defined on Q0, Q1. So this is how this state is also completed. Next, Q0, Q1, Q2, it is not present here. So see, this Q0, Q1, Q2 should be present here as a single state. Okay, you can't say that Q0 is present here, Q1 is present here, Q2 is present here. No, it should be present as a single state. So it will be Q0, Q1 and Q2. So Q0, Q1 and Q2, it will be Q0 and Q2. Here it will be Q0, Q1, Q2. Q0, Q1 and Q2. So this is also completed. Q0, it is already defined here. Q0, Q1, it is already defined here. Q0, Q2, it is already present here. Q0, Q1, Q2, it is already defined. So we have to keep repeating this step until no new state is present in the transition table T dash. So now no new state is present here. Next step is initial state will remain same. So initial state हमारी यहाँ पर Q0 थी, तो यहाँ पर भी क्या होगी Q0. Final state of DFA will be all those states which contain final state of NFA. So यहाँ पर हमारी final state क्या थी Q2. So wherever Q2 is present, those will be our final states in T dash. So these two states will be your final state. Now let's construct a DFA corresponding to it. q naught q1, q naught q2. This is our final state. q naught q1 and q2, that will also be your final state, and q naught will be your initial state. So let's define the transitions. 0, from 1 you will reach to q naught q1. From q naught q1, by taking 0 you will reach at q naught q2, and by taking 1 you will reach to q naught q1 q2. From q naught q1, by taking 0 you are reaching to the q naught, and by taking 1 you are reaching here at q naught q1. From q naught q1 q2, by taking 0 you are reaching at q naught q2, and by taking 1 you are reaching to the q naught q1 q2 itself. So this is our final DFA corresponding to the given NFA. Our next question is, convert the following NFA to DFA. First we will write a table T corresponding to given NFA. Here you will have states and the input alphabets. Here we have 3 states, q0, q1 and q2. q0 is our initial state and q2 is our final state. From q0, by taking 0 you are reaching at q0 itself, and by taking 1 you can either reach to q1 or q2. From q1, by taking 0 you can reach to either q1 or q2. By taking 1 you can reach to q2. From q2, by taking 0 you are reaching at q0 or q1, and by taking 1 you are reaching to the q1 only. Now construct another table T dash corresponding to the DFA. So our next step will be, keep the first row as it is. So our first row is this, q0 and q1 q2. Now next we have to define these states which are not present here. So q0 is defined here, q1 q2 is not present here. This is our new state. So we have to define the transition of q1 q2 by using this table T. So transition of 0 from q1 is defined on q1 q2, and from q2 is defined on q0 q1. There is no need to write q1 2 times, just write it once. And the transition of 1 is defined on q1 q2. So this state is defined here. Now next new state is q0 q1 q2, q0 q1 q2. So transition of 0 from q1 q0 q2 is on q0 q1 q2, q0 q1 q2, and by taking 1 you can reach to either q1 or q2, q1 q2. This is also defined, q1 q2 it is defined here, q0 q1 q2 this is here, q1 q2 it is here. So now we don't have any new state here. Okay, so our initial state will be what, q0, because here also we have q0 as initial state, and our final state was q2 in NFA. So here in the table T dash, wherever q2 is present, that will be your final state. Now let's construct the DFA. q0 q1 q2, this is our final state, q0 q1 and q2, this is also your final state. q0 is our initial state. From q0, by taking 0 you are reaching at q0 itself, and by taking 1 you are reaching at q1 q2. From q1 q2, by taking 0 you are reaching at q0 q1 q2, and by taking 1 you are reaching at q1 q2 itself. from Q1, Q0, Q2, by taking 0 you are reaching at this state itself, and by taking 1 you are reaching at Q1 and Q2. So this is our final DFA corresponding to the given NFA. Our next question is, convert the following NFA to DFA. So first we construct a table T corresponding to this NFA. Here the number of states and the input alphabets are A and B. So here we have 3 states, that is Q0, Q1 and Q2. Q0 is our initial state and Q1 is our final state. By taking A from Q0 you can either reach to Q1 or Q2. By taking B you are not reaching anywhere, so a null transition is defined. From Q1 no transition is defined for A and B, and from Q2 by taking A you can either reach to Q2 or Q1 or Q2. See, here the order doesn't matter, you can write Q2 Q1 also, that is also same. By taking B you are reaching at Q2 itself. Now let's construct T dash for DFA. So our first row will remain same, that is Q0, Q1, Q2 and the null transition. Q0 is our initial state. So here Q1, Q2 is the new state that is not present here. So we will define the transition for it. So from Q1 by taking A you are reaching nowhere, and by taking from Q2 we are reaching at Q1, Q2. So it will be Q1, Q2, and for B we are reaching at Q2 only. So this is defined here. This is also done. New state is Q2. So by taking A from Q2 you are reaching at Q1, Q2, and by taking B you are reaching at Q2. Q2 is also done. Q1, Q2 is defined here. Q2 is already defined. So here we don't have any new state. Okay, so our final state will be wherever Q1 is present. So that will be our final state. Now let's construct a DFA by using this table T dash. So Q0, Q1, Q2, so final state, and Q2. From Q0 by taking A you are reaching at Q1, Q2. By taking B you are not reaching anywhere. It means its transitions will be defined on a trap state. So here either you can write Q3 or you can use Q4, Q5, A, B, C, anything. Okay, so here this is your trap state, and we know that the transitions for the trap state is defined on itself. Next, from Q1, Q2 by taking A self loop of A is defined. By taking B you are reaching at Q2. From Q2 by taking A you are reaching at Q1, Q2, and by taking B you are reaching at itself. Okay, so don't get confused that from where we got this a Q3 state. This is your trap state. Okay, so this is our final DFA corresponding to the given NFA. Our next question is, convert the following NFA to DFA. So here we have 2 states A and B, and the input alphabets are 0 and 1. So first we construct a table T corresponding to this given NFA, and here we write the state and the input alphabets. We have 2 states A and B. A is our initial as well as our final state. From A by taking 0 you can either reach to A or B, and by taking 1 you can reach to B only. From B by taking 0 you are reaching at A. From B by taking 1 you are reaching at A and B. Now let's construct a table T dash for the DFA. First row will remain same, that is A, B, B. So our new state is AB. Now we will define the transition of 0 by using this table T. So here it will be AB, and from 1 we are reaching at A and B only. So this is defined here. Now next state is B. Transition of 0 from B is on A, and transition of 1 is on AB. It means B is also defined, AB is done, AB is done here, A is done here, and AB is already defined. Now initial state will be A, and final state will be the states wherever A is present. So this will be your final state, and that will also be your final state. Okay, now let's construct a DFA using this table T dash. So here we have 3 states, A, AB, that is your final state, and B. A is our initial state. Now from A by taking 0 you are reaching at AB. By taking 1 you are reaching at B. A self loop of 0 and 1 is defined on AB. And from B by taking 0 you are reaching at A, and by taking 1 you are reaching at AB. So this is our final DFA corresponding to the given NFA. Now some important points. After conversion, the number of states in the resulting DFA may or may not be same as NFA. So we have seen it in last question, in fourth question. The number of states in NFA was 2, and in DFA we got 3 states. So it is not always the case, but it may happen. Okay, so maximum number of states that may be present in the DFA are 2 power number of states in the NFA. So this is the thumb rule. Number of states in DFA will always be less than equal to 2 power number of states in NFA. So please remember it. Steps to convert an NFA into DFA. Actually, we have already followed these steps to convert an NFA into DFA. This is just a quick revision. First step is write down the transition table T of given NFA. Let T dash be a new transition table of the DFA. So for NFA, we will write a transition table T which consists of set of states and the input alphabets. Let's suppose the input alphabets are 0 and 1. Similarly for T dash, we will define the set of states and the input alphabets. Keep the first row of T as it is in T dash. So we will copy this first row from T to T dash. Third step, select one state from T dash that is not present till now and define transition for it using T. Let's suppose from state X, by taking input 0 you are reaching at Q itself, and by taking 1 you are reaching at W and Y. So X is defined here, we have to check the states present here are defined here or not. So wi is not defined, and see, this is an NFA. So in NFA, for the same input alphabet from the same state you can reach to a multiple state. So we are reaching at W and Y both. So now we will treat this WY as a single state, and let's suppose from WY we are reaching at W and then Y. So now W, WY and Y, these are three different states. Okay, so WY is defined here, next we will define W here, then we will define Y here. Okay, keep repeating step 3 until no new state is present in the transition table T dash. Let's suppose from W by taking 0 we are reaching at X, and by taking 1 we are reaching at Y again, and from Y after taking 0 we are reaching at W, and by taking 1 we are reaching at X. So now here you can see W is defined here and Y is defined here and X is already defined here. Okay, so now no new state is present. It means fourth step is completed. Next step is initial state will remain same. So initial state of T dash will be the initial state of T, and final state of DFA will be all those states which contain final state of NFA. So final state of T dash will be state containing final state of T. So these are the 5 simple steps to convert an NFA into DFA. Suppose this NFA is given to you and you have to identify whether it can accept this string or not. So first input is 0. Q0 is our initial state. So from Q0 by taking 0 you can reach to Q0 only, and then by taking 1 either you can reach to Q0 or you can reach to Q1. From Q0 by taking 0 you can reach to Q0, and from Q1 you can reach to Q2. From Q0 by taking 1 again you can either reach to Q0 or Q1, and there is no further transition is defined for 1. Now from Q0 by taking 0 you can reach to Q0 itself, and Q0 is or not our final state. It means our string is not accepted yet. Now from Q1 by taking 0 you can reach to Q2, and this is your final state. It means your string is accepted. But in NFA, to identify whether a string is accepted or not, we have to explore all the possible paths. Then only we can say whether a string is accepted or not, which is a time consuming process. And different from this, suppose this DFA is given to you. Here Q3 is your dead state, because from Q3 you can't reach to the final state. And suppose you have to identify whether this string is accepted by this DFA or not. So see, from Q0 by taking 0 you will be on Q0 itself, then again by taking 1 you will be at Q1, by taking 0 you can reach to Q2, then by taking 1 from Q2 you will reach to Q3, and then by taking 0 you will reach to Q3 itself, and Q3 is not our final state. So it is very simple and it is very easy to say in DFA that this string is not accepted. And that's why we say processing a string using an NFA is more time consuming than DFA, but construction of NFA is much easier than construction of DFA. Now let's discuss the differences and similarity between DFA and NFA. So first and very important point is both DFA and NFA have the same power. It means they both can recognize the same regular language. So this is the similarity between DFA and NFA. Next is transition function. So from a state, by taking an input, you can reach to exactly one state, but in NFA you can reach to a number of states. Here in DFA, epsilon move is not allowed, but since we have epsilon NFA, it means in NFA epsilon move is possible. Next, a trap state can be a part of DFA, but a trap state is not required in NFA. Why? Because in NFA there is no need to define the transition for each input from every state. That's why you don't require trap state here. All DFA is NFA. All DFA is NFA, but not all NFA are DFA, because Q is a subset of 2 power Q. That's why we are saying this all DFA is NFA. Next point is designing and understanding a DFA is difficult. We have seen so many questions where construction of NFA is easier than construction of a DFA. Okay. The next point is the time needed for executing an input string in DFA is less. We have seen it in the last example that identifying whether a given string is accepted by a DFA or not is less time consuming than NFA. So this is how DFA and NFA differ from each other, but do remember one thing, they both have the same power. It means they both can generate the same regular language.